how I get rid of German roaches in a kitchen, in a house, in a bathroom without putting pesticides directly on my countertops. Stay tuned. I'm going to give you a great product and show you how to do that. Hey guys, welcome to the channel, CraigHowToPest.com. If you've never been to this channel before, guys, and don't know what it's about, I'm going to tell you right now. This is where we highlight professional grade products, and then we show you DIYers how to use them. If that's something that's of interest to you guys, hit that subscribe button down below, and these videos come out multiple times a week. Also, guys, we are going to throw links up in the channel during the video, and you can direct order by punching on those links. Guys, it's YouTube shopping, and it couldn't be any easier. So if you see a product you like, just hit that button. But hey, without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Welcome back to the channel, CraigHowToPest.com. This is episode 3 of Roach Academy. So let's just do a quick recap. In episode 1, we talked about the different roaches that we are going to talk about in this series. And that's going to be the German, the American, and the Oriental. And then we showed you how to identify those roaches. And why do you need that? You need that because you need to know what type of roach you're going after so you can get the correct product for that roach. Well, in episode 2, we talked about German roaches and we gave you Vendetta Plus. And we told you all the fantastic things about baits and specifically about Vendetta Plus. Well, in episode 3, we're going to give you a bait also, but we're going to give you a bait for those of you out there that just want it so simple that you just put it out and let the roaches come to town. These are what people call roach motels, roach hotels, but they are basically roach bait stations. And we're going to give you this product from Maxforce. So let me take you over to today's product, and it is going to be Maxforce FC Roach Killer. Now this bag right here is how it comes, guys. It has a resealable bag. You're just going to rip that off to expose the pouches, which are going to look like this. And I'll get into that in just a minute. But let's talk about this real quick. There's 72 of these little bait stations in this pack. So it gives you a lot. So it's a little expensive. It's got a little price tag on it, but it's worth every penny. And you just seal up the bag when you're not using any of those bait stations and just store it in a dry, cool place. Now this is made by Bayer, which is now in view. So you pros out there that are seeing a different bag, it's the same makeup, it's the same chemical. Now what chemical is that? Well, right in the middle of this bait station right here, if I can get the camera, you'll see a little dot in there of bait. That bait has an active ingredient known as fipronil. Now, fipronil is one of those fantastic products that is used in a lot of the spray pesticides out there. That's my spray, kind of like a gun right there, right? Fipronil is a non-repellent. Now, what does that mean? If you haven't watched video episodes 1 or 2 of Roach Academy, and you don't know anything about repellents versus non-repellents, then I'm going to explain it real quick. Those of you that know, this is just going to be cycling back to old information. But real quick, for those of you that are just tuning in to episode 3, fipronil is a non-repellent, which means the roaches do not know it's there. Now, in that active ingredient, is it just fipronil? No, it's mixed in with natural food substances that attract the roaches. Now, this thing is designed so well that it will even attract the roaches when there are other competing food sources out there. But I want to touch on that for a minute. If you have just dirt, film, grime, food debris everywhere, it is in your best interest to clean that stuff up and not try to compete with the Roach, the Maxforce FC Roach bait stations. You want to just kind of make it, you're the only food out there, what you're putting. I understand you're not going to get every nook, cranny of crumb out there, but if you got just like pounds of flour laying all over the counter because you don't want to clean it up, or you got those Cheerios running wild from the kids,
do you have any idea how many Cheerios a 1-year-old goes through?
Then you're just making it a little harder on yourself. So do your due diligence and clean up. And when you clean up, you got to make sure you're not going to contaminate the area with other things like pesticides, Windex, household cleaners. Those things will turn away roaches and keep them away from this bait station by Maxforce, which is what you want them to go in. So just make sure you don't contaminate and clean up as much food as possible. Now, we're in the kitchen. As you can see, I'm going to kind of roam around here. And this is where typically you're getting those German roaches. Now there's exceptions to every rule. You can get German roaches in the garage, you can get them in the bathrooms, you can get them in other areas of the house. But typically German roaches are found in dark, moist spots, cool spots near food, and that is kitchens. That's why these restaurants get German roaches. They don't tend to get the other roaches, although they can. They'll get the American straggler here and there. If they're in a basement type restaurant, they can get those Orientals for that moisture out there. But these are specifically going to be for German roaches. Now it'll take care of brown banded roaches also, but it's not going to deal with the Oriental and the American. In episode 4, we're going to get into American and Oriental. For you, those of you out there that are going, Craig, I don't have German roaches, get to the point about Americans. Episode 4, we're going to jump into that. Now, what do you do with these stations once you pull them out of the bag? They come just like this. They are ready to go. Do you see the little holes around the edge? That's what they go into. And hopefully the camera's picking that up, that takes them into the center of that, where that little dot of fipronil is with the food, and they go in, they eat that. Now, how does fipronil kill them? It kills them by contact and ingestion. So they don't even have to eat it. They can come in contact with it and it'll wipe them out. It's a delayed reaction, which is what you want. It's going to allow them to get back to the nest, to share it with the other nests. And here's a crazy thing too. When these roaches die that have ingested the fipronil and another roach eats that roach, and they do eat each other, believe me, he contracts the fipronil and dies. So it just kind of passes that on along. Now, how many do you put out? 4 to 6 per 100 square feet. So in this kitchen right here, that's going to be about a 10 by 10 room, right? If you, those of you who don't know, that's about what that is, a 10 by 10 room, okay? So you're going to put out 4 to 6 of these. It just depends on how bad your infestation is. You could put out 2 if you don't have a heavy infestation. You know, hey, they're just coming from the dishwasher right here. Then that's where you would put them, not in the dishwasher. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But you're going to put them where you see the roaches. When you flip the light on at night, or if it's so bad, you don't even have to flip the light on and they're just running circus in your kitchen, then you're going to need the 4 to 6, probably the 6, the heavier side. But these can be placed horizontally and they can be placed vertically. Now, how do you place them vertically? Well, on the back of this thing right here, they've made this so convenient for you. You just take this and you peel it off, and it is a stick ready to go. So let's say you needed to go up into this cabinet because you're getting the roaches back in here. Well, my recommendation would be that you just take this sucker and you put it right there onto the cabinet. And now you're ready to go. You got to obviously make it where it'll shut, which I barely did. Okay, so you'd want to go a little higher, but you can also put it right here. It's just right here. Sometimes it's in the way and you don't want to deal with it. So you can go a little higher and just go up in here, stick that, and it's good to go. You see it peels right off when you're done. It's just a light stick, but it will adhere into place and stay there. But you can go vertically or horizontally. So remember what I told you in episode 2 when we went over with the Vendetta. These are areas where you would place bait because they hide in the hinges. So this would be a fantastic spot to put the Maxforce FC Roach Killer, these bait stations. Or like I said, down here if you don't mind. Now, you guys may or may not know dishwashers are a hot spot for the roaches. So if you're getting them in the dishwasher, you can see this one has dishes in it. You can't go in the dishwasher itself. So you need to figure out, do I have a big enough gap on the side? Like this one's kind of tight. Maybe I can get one here. See, I can get it back in there. I don't want to shove that because I'm going to lose it. And I don't need it because there's no roaches here and I'm already losing it. But let me pull that back out. But that's a spot you can go. The reason they're around that dishwasher is you can see it has insulation. It makes for a great home, and it can have the condensation and moisture back in there sometimes. So it's a nice, warm, dark spot. So you would put one in there. Do you need to go in your drawers where you have silverware? You can do that too. You can just go on the side, just like this, and just place it on the side. So anywhere that you are seeing roach activity. Now, people say, well, I get them in the microwaves. Well, you're getting them on the side of the microwaves. It's highly unlikely you're getting them in unless there are gaps. I guess, let me change that. You could get them in, but you can't put these in, okay? You'll cook it. You got to catch them coming out of the microwave. So if it's something like that, then maybe you need to let me go over here and make it easier on the cameraman. You can go here and just stick it on the side. Now understand, you got to make sure it's not going to, you know, block your door from opening. So maybe it's up in here somewhere. And then we went over cupboards. Stoves are a big one because of the grease. You're never going to get, I don't care how clean your stove is, you're never going to get all the grease and stuff out of there. So if you're having a roach issue there, then you need to get these in the sides, behind the stove, wherever you can get them, even maybe down low. Now, also down low on what's called the kickboard, you can go there too if need be. Like I said, these are versatile, guys, so these can go just about anywhere. This is a big hot spot, and I don't know if I can pull this out, but I'll show you if I can. Oh, I can. Look at that. Hey, I've been working out. Okay, do you guys see this? This right here is where you're going to have a condensation pan back in here. Some of these are exposed. Older fridges, you can actually see the condensation pan. So you could have roaches in there because of the moisture and the water. So it's a fantastic place if you're having roaches to get it back behind the fridge by the condensation pan. If you can't, then just go somewhere like that. And you see how many times I've stuck this? This thing sticks. Comes off, sticks, comes off, sticks. So it's gonna stick better one time and be done, not moving it around. But this would be a good spot because they're still coming out of these vent holes if you have roaches back there that are actually living in the condensation pan, and you put this, and now they come out and they nibble on this and go back and share all the num-nums with everybody in the nest and kill off, you know, the nymphs and everything, and then wipe out that colony. So another great place to put this. I think my cell phone's going off right now. Okay, in the stove, yes, people get them in the stove, guys, all the time, but you can't put these for obvious reasons in the stove. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna look here and go, do I have them? Where can I put them? Well, it's probably gonna fall back to what I said. It's gonna be on the side or it's gonna be down below. But stoves, like I said, microwaves, you can't go in them. Toasters, coffee pots, this is another big one that we find roaches in a lot. You'll find them in the bottoms. So if you need to come back here and put one on the back of your coffee pot like so, then you can do that also. A great area to put them. Kind of out of sight, out of mind with these things because you just don't want them out in the open. That's not where the roaches are. They're hiding back deep within. If you need to get underneath in the sinks right there, I'd get them back in there. You also need to look for pipes that have not been sealed up and get those sealed up because that could be your major issue of how you're getting those things inside and in your walls. That is about it on these Maxforce. Remember, it's gonna be 72 in a bag. It's gonna be 4 to 6 per 100 square feet. And these things are gonna last about a year. I didn't tell you guys that, but you gotta monitor. So you got to check that. That's why they make it see-through where you can see what's in there. If it's eaten, it's time to replace. There's no rhyme or reason besides it's been a year, I don't have roaches anymore, or the bait is gone. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to replace that thing. But that's it, guys. If you have any questions, this is episode 3 of Roach Academy. We have covered how to identify. We have covered Vendetta Plus as our go-to bait. Remember, there are other baits that work great too. Avian makes a fantastic bait, and Avian just came out with another bait to compete with Vendetta, and we will do that in another video. And then you have episode 3. This is you don't want to put the baits on the counter. You don't want to cut those cardboard strips we talked about in episode 2. You just want to peel it, stick it, and go. And then when you're done, you just pick these things up and you toss them in the trash. Now, there's no PP&E, personal protective equipment, for these listed on the label. Gloves are not a bad idea, but at least wash your hands because it is in a pack and you don't know from the manufacturer if any pesticide has gotten on the outer part of this. And that's why I'm just rubbing my bare hands all over it. Then I go ahead and I pick my teeth and I do things like that. But I probably should have put gloves on, but I'll make sure I wash my hands because I'm telling you to do something and I'm not even doing it. That's it, guys. Any comments? Throw them in that comment section down below. I'm happy to answer it. Episode 4, Roach Academy, we will be getting into American roaches and Oriental roaches on the outside of a house and in garages. So stay tuned for episode 4. Anything I mention here today, guys, it is going to be in a QR code right up in the corner. It is YouTube shopping. Hit the button. If it works for you, get it shipped right to your house. We have all these products on howtopest.com. That is it. I'm done. I'm out. Craig, howtopest.com.